Google keeps changing its business algorithm, but the good news is it's now the simplest it's ever been if you know what to do. So in this video I'm going to show you what my new Google Business Profile strategy is. You'll see that unlike previous years, this one is easier and quicker to use, and why these small changes are ideal for business owners that just want to get a head start on the new business year. But first, let me just show you what happens if your business increases in ranking. 95% of searchers that are your customers are going to be looking for your business either using a desktop or a mobile. And they're either going to look on Google Search or Google Maps. So if you're ranking in the top 3 for any of those things, you're going to get found. And when you're found, you'll get a lot more business customers coming through, more inquiries, more calls, more directions to the website, more directions to your facilities. So ultimately, it's the best free business marketing you could possibly do. And yet the majority of business owners don't really know how to optimize their Google Business Profile to get into that top 3. So that's why it's so important to do so. But what actually makes it a quick way to do it? Well, to help you understand why this strategy is going to help you do it quickly, you need to think in terms of gardening. So I don't know much about gardening, but I do know that some things will have a direct impact on the growth of my vegetables or plants, and some things will have an indirect impact. And the challenge business owners have is there's about 250 things you could do to your Google Business Profile, but most of them have an indirect impact on ranking. And what our strategy is going to do is focus on the things that have a direct impact on your ranking. So in terms of gardening, a direct impact comes from watering and sunlight on your plants and crops, whereas an indirect one would be maybe weeding or perhaps pruning. They're going to benefit your garden, they're going to benefit those crops, but not in a direct way. It's more of an indirect benefit that happens over time. So what are those direct things? That's what we're going to look at. Well, this strategy is going to show you there are 5 things you can do that will directly impact your ranking today. And because it's a direct impact, then it's going to make it grow quicker and you'll see results a lot quicker than previous times. So let's come on to what the strategy actually is then and what it involves. Well, by studying hundreds of businesses, we've noticed there are 5 things that seem to have a direct impact on Google's ranking. And some of them you may not be able to change because they're already cemented into your business. But of those 5, there's at least 3 you can definitely change today. But to help you to see the impact, you need to have a tool that's going to help you to monitor it. And so of course I use LOCALO, I also use WHITESPARK. I'll put some links down below if you want to use these tools. And they just help you to know whether what you're doing is having an impact on the rankings. So potentially in a few days' time, you may see it being out the top 20 and then suddenly it's being found in the top 10. And obviously you want to aim for the top 3. Well, there is one other thing you can do while you're down in the description. You can click subscribe because that will also benefit your business. So as you can see here from the tweet, Darren Shaw has mentioned those 5. And we're just going to go for a bit more detail as to what you can do with those 5 things he mentions. So the first one is the business name, and you can't always change your business name. I know some have changed it, including keywords in your business name will have an impact on direct rankings. But of course, if you're about to set up a business, you may want to think about what would make a good business name and what keyword or what element of your business would be a keyword that people are searching for. So if you can include the word plumber, if you're a plumber, if you include cleaning, if you're a window cleaner, you get the idea. If you've already registered your business, I know some businesses have actually changed their business name because this is such a big impact on rankings still. And it's a grey area, it's one that I would say you've got to be cautious about, but ultimately a business name directly impacts your rankings. The second area is categories. So choosing your primary category is such an important part of your optimization. It does directly impact your rankings. But Google's recently changed the guidelines. It doesn't want all the 10 categories used necessarily. You should be refining down your business to just the categories that are relevant to describing your business. So this is a change in recent times. But how does it work? Well, the primary category is a bit like a ticket to a fancy dress party. If you have 1,000 people at that particular party you've been invited to, it's going to be hard to win the top 3 prizes. Whereas if you were then invited to another fancy dress party where only 10 were invited, you've got a much better chance of winning the top 3. The point is every category has a different number of competitions in your area. So maybe choosing the most popular categories may not be the best option, because you might have a much stronger competition to get to the top 3. So you may want to do a bit of research before you choose your primary category and your secondary categories, but it should reflect fairly on what the business is that you're doing. The third area is attributes, and this is interesting because there are some attributes that you can affect and change, and there's quite a few attributes that you can't do anything about. So let's come on to those first. What is it, the attributes then, that directly impact your rankings but you can't control? Well, that's down to individual customers that visit your premises. When they visited, they may then get cards asking them questions to give attributes about your business. Particularly local guides get this. Does it have a wheelchair entrance? Is it easy to access? Is it on the ground floor? These are all attributes that users will fill out and Google will use to then rate and rank your business, particularly if someone's, say, looking for a wheelchair friendly entrance and users are being saying it does have a wheelchair friendly entrance, then that's one of the reasons why you could rank when someone's searching for that. There are attributes that you can do something about. Things like how you take payment is one of them. Here you can see a list of others: accessibility, which we just mentioned, your activities, what type of crowd you have, dining options. Your categories will dictate which of these attributes are shown to you and shown to visitors. So you may find some of these don't exist, you may find all of them don't exist, but if they do exist, you need to make sure you fill them out accurately, and that could impact your rankings. Most business owners don't even know about these attributes, so definitely do that. Languages spoken, offerings, payments, planning, service options, they're all there. Take advantage of it. The fourth area is an area that you can definitely do something about: services. Here you can just literally list all the services you do. Google's probably listed some already, so you need to check that they're accurate. Services are often used in a Google search to find businesses, and if you mention the services you're using and they happen to be the same keywords as the searcher, there's a good chance you'll get to the top 3. So your services should also be reflected on your business website. So if you've listed your services on your website, rewrite them and put those services up on your Google business profile. And don't just put the main heading, you've now got a description area too that you can fill out. Fill it with keywords, fill it so it's written for the customers, and you will find that will help you rank in the future. And finally, this is the area that everyone talks about. Everyone thinks the ranking's all based on this: reviews. Of course, reviews are really important, but they're not the only direct way of affecting your ranking. But there's no doubt about it, when people are searching for a business, reviews play a big part in how they conduct their ranking views. And then those click-throughs and the directions they take and the way they interact with your business profile will also give signals. These are indirect signals, but they of course do have a certain amount of direct impact on your business. I recently gave some interesting strategies on how you can do reviews on the weekly email that I send out. So if you want to join that, you don't want to miss that, then I'll put a link down below that you can sign up to just a business email I do each week, just 2 minutes on tips. And for example, last week I showed how you can turn negative reviews into positive reviews. I also showed how you can handle bad reviews, and also showed how you can build trust through reviews. And all those things will help build that direct impact on your rankings. So if you want that email, the link's down below. And earlier in the video I mentioned how important these were for 2024 and going ahead in rankings with Google. And the reason why things have changed for the better since the last few years is 2 or 3 years ago, Google Business was going through some big changes. It was Google My Business, it changed to Google Business Profile. Also, Google started changing its interface. Google got rid of quite a few various things, including the app, and then integrated it into Google Maps. And so Google's been going through quite a change when it comes to its business profile. But I think now it's began to settle down. And that's why these 5 things we've mentioned have been so important, because for the first time ever, there's a simplicity that you can now use to rank directly through your Google Business Profile. So you could say Google's ironed out a lot of the issues, and now things should be smooth running, hopefully, for the coming year ahead. So we've looked at the 5 things that have a direct impact on your rankings, but as mentioned earlier, there are other things as well you can do that will have an indirect benefit to your rankings. And they may be the things that your competitors don't know about. So if you want to know more about those things, then don't miss this video next. I'll see you on that video.